Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at area and perimeter of irregular figures. So in the first example, you notice that the shape is not like a regular shape. It's a combination of a rectangle and two semicircles. So if we're asked to find the perimeter, perimeter is the outside length. The outside length of it. We're going to break it up into the straight parts that are the rectangular parts. So I'm going to find the perimeter of these two parts. I am not going to find the perimeter and include those two because those are on the inside of the shape. So I know these each measure 60, so I'm going to add 60 plus 60. And then I have, I'll do in yellow, the perimeter of the curved sections are circumference of a circle. So I have two semicircles, so two semicircles make one complete circle. So I'm going to find the perimeter, I'm going to find the circumference plus I'm going to write C equals pi d. I'm going to add that into the 120. So for part A, I'm asked to find this exact version, which is in terms of pi, and then round to the nearest tenth. So my diameter, if I took this circle and made it one complete circle, my diameter is 25. So 25 times pi is the circumference. So that's for one full circle, which I do have here, two semicircles, which make one full circle. So I have 120 plus 25 pi. Those can't really be added because the 25 times the pi is kind of like unlike terms. So that would be your perimeter. And if this is feet, you would just put parentheses feet. Into the nearest tenth, this is part A. To the nearest tenth, I would go on my calculator and do 25 pi times plus 120. So 25 pi, take that decimal and then add 120 to it. And round to the nearest tenth is going to be, for part B, 198.5. And this would be feet. Okay, in number 2, we have the same figure, only now we're being asked to find its area. So for area, I'm also going to break this up into two shapes. I have area of a rectangle, and then I have area of a circle, because two semicircles make one full circle. So for the area of the rectangle, I'm going to do length times width, which is 25 times 60. And 25 times 60 gives me 1500. That's for the rectangle. Plus, we're going to do pi r squared for the circle. Now, in some problems, you might only get one semicircle. So if you're just given one semicircle, like on your homework, you're going to get something that looks like this, then you do pi r squared divided by 2. Okay, in this case, I have two semicircles, so I get one complete circle. So pi times, now if my diameter is 25, then my radius is going to be half of that. It'll be 12.5 squared. So 12.5 squared is 156.25 times pi. And then I just would express those as a sum. I would add them plus 156.25 pi. That would be my area. And my units here would be feet squared. That's part A. For part B, I would just put that into my calculator and round to the nearest tenth. So for part B, I'll put it over here. I put 156.25 times pi and then add 1500 to that. And that would be 1900.9. And this would be square feet because it's area. Sometimes you'll be given shaded regions. So in example 3, find the area of the shaded region of the square if each side measures 18 feet. So each side of the square measures 18. That means that the radius of my circle is half of that distance. It's 9. So I'm going to find the area of the square, and I'm going to subtract the area of the circle, and whatever's left is the green shaded region. So the area of the square is length times width, which is 18 times 18, minus the area of the circle is pi r squared, pi times 9 squared. So for part A, we're going to do this exact in terms of pi. So 18 times 18 is 324 minus 81 pi. And that'll be it for that. And the units here would be feet squared. And then for part B, I would just put it in my calculator. So 324 minus 81 pi. So that's going to give me typing that in, it'd be 69 to the nearest 10th 0.5 square feet. And moving on to our last two examples. Here you're given a quarter circle. So imagine if this were like a full circle, it would look like that. So we're being given a quarter of a circle. And this 6 centimeters, I couldn't get it because it's like a text box and an image. This 6 centimeters is the length here and here. Okay, so that's really like the radius of the circle. You could see it when I draw the complete circle around it. That's the radius of the circle. So you're going to do area is pi r squared, but this is only a fourth of a circle. So you're going to divide your area by 4. So pi times our radius is 6 squared, and then divide that answer by 4. So we're going to do 36 pi divided by 4. So for part A, in terms of pi, it would just be 9 pi. And for part B, you just put 9 pi in your calculator and round to the nearest tenth, 28.3, because it's 28.27, it rounds up 28.3. And this would be area, so it's centimeters squared. And number 5, same image, only now find the perimeter. So this would be circumference divided by 4. So C equals pi d divided by 4, because it's a fourth. My diameter, if 6 is my radius, then the diameter of the circle is double that. It's 12. So pi times 12 divided by 4. So my circumference for part A in terms of pi is 3 pi. For part B, I just multiply 3 times pi on my calculator and round to the nearest tenth. That's going to be 9.4. And this is perimeter, so it's just centimeters. All right, and I'll go over these in class with you today also. See you later.